with football here on the SMAX Zone because the group stage of the Champions League officially ended earlier on Thursday with a rescheduled encounter between Group F rivals Atalanta and Villarreal at the Gewiss Stadium in Bergamo, that's in the north of Italy. The permutations, simple. The winner would go through to the last 16, with the loser having to settle for a spot in the Europa League.
It's Villarreal, Yellow Submarine to get us underway. General lost out and leaves a hole in behind him. And it's the danger here from the brilliant Danjuma. And Danjuma could not believe his luck, but didn't he take it well? Now Gerard Moreno. Capu. Gerard Moreno, and it's whipped across for Capu. Silence again in Bergamo. And now Atalanta are going to need another of those famous nights. Now Foyt. Gerard Moreno finds a way through. It looked like a foul from here, but players continued, and Danjuma has a third goal for Villarreal. Palomino. Here's Rafael Toloi. Hateboer towards Zapata. Joachim Mailer to try and tee it up for Ruslan Malinovsky to pull a goal back. Took a deflection on the way through. Hateboer was screaming for it. Ilicic now, Zapata's onside. They have their second goal, and they have real hope now. Still Villarreal, the hot favourites here after their excellent display to this point, but there will now be some uncertainty. And goodness me, if Atalanta can score again, who knows what kind of denouement we'll have here. Ilicic had made a great run, but goes long for Hateboer instead. Switch of play. 5 minutes remain. Here goes Josip Ilicic. Gets to the byline and over everyone's head. Now it's Muriel! Off the post, and the follow-up is wide. Have fallen their way, yes, but to come here away from home and achieve this, they deserve an immense amount of credit. It will be Unai Emery and Villarreal who go through to complete the last 16.
What a madcap game, coming from 3-0 down inside their own stadium in Bergamo. Atalanta leaving it late, and yeah, the time ran out. Simple as that.
Right, and that just means now that Villarreal, they're into the last 16. I have to say I'm impressed with what Unai Emery has done with this team, and they have a lot of work to do now if they're to compete.
But they were Europa League champions last season, and coming into the Champions League here and doing well. Must have thought they were coasting. It was very early in the second half that they were up by 3-0 and looking to be just coasting to a victory. And Atalanta with a couple of late goals, and that final effort on goal off the crossbar, the deflection just going wide, that would have been 3-3.
Yep, it was a cracking effort. I hope we get to the replay to look at it a little bit more. But yeah, Luis Muriel, the super sub for Atalanta, off the right-hand post, and nothing his skipper could do in trying to steer that home. As you said, Lance, I think it hit him. Yeah, I don't think he hit it. Yeah. And yeah, unlucky. You talk about Villarreal being a very lot of work to do, which you are correct about. But let's not forget, this is the play.
Yes.
In the 86th minute.
That was
the cross was aimed for one of the three in the box. It sailed over everybody's head. Muriel will gather now here, the Colombian.
A cracker though.
Bam!
Wow.
Yeah, hit his thigh.
Unlucky.
Hit his thigh. And then hit the other man's midriff.
wasn't able to steer it in.
I think it's just the tension and the fact that the time was going down.
Right, I was saying of Villarreal,
Yes.
that they did something last season which was remarkable, and people don't even remember that they did that. In winning the Europa League last year, that 11-10 penalty shootout win over Manchester United, usually the team that wins the Europa League is a team that falls out of the Champions League. So one of the third place teams in the Champions League who fall into the Europa League usually go on and win it. Villarreal were in the Europa League from the start. They started the campaign in the Europa League, and the big names that fell into the Europa League from the Champions League weren't powerful enough to stop them. So it shows you it's a very, very, very good team, and I'm sure they're going to go to the second round of the Champions League and cause some problems. Liverpool perfect in the group stage, and all 4 English teams going through to the round of 16. Are the English clubs still the strongest teams in Europe, we'd say?
At the moment, yes.
Apart from Bayern.
Yeah, but as a body, I would have to say that, because La Liga has fallen off significantly
for sure.
in what they present to Europe. Bayern Munich is far and away the top team in the Bundesliga. So, you know, if you look at what Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City are offering at the moment.
Not Manchester United?
No.
No, George. Man City,
of course
Chelsea and Liverpool. If you look at the trio and what they offer to Europe, I'd have to say England have the strength.
All right, let me put it another way.
And Manchester United?
Based on what Manchester United have the capacity to do, you wouldn't put them with those 3 and say that they are one of the most powerful teams in the competition?
Would you?
Of course. A team with Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Edinson Cavani, Mason Greenwood. All right, hold on.
We're talking about the team, George.
We're calling names. Remember, none of the other 3 teams have won this Champions League yet. They still have about 4 or 5 games to play. The same number as Manchester United. So they have no advantage by virtue of being in better form now. It's all about your capacity to get the job done from here. And I'm saying that in terms of the playing personnel, Manchester United squad, the Manchester United manager, Ralph Rangnick, doesn't look at any other squad and say, I wish I had those individuals. What he will say, I wish we were as cohesive as those teams. But he looks at the players who can get the job done. He envies nobody.
Yeah. Well, you used an interesting word, George. You said capacity. So I guess they do have. Man City had the capacity for several years in Europe and presented very feeble.
They went to the final last year.
The
year before.
But before that,
but they just haven't won it yet.
I'm just saying that even when they had the capacity based on their roster until 2 seasons ago, they hardly flourished in Europe. So capacity is a vague word.
But it's very important.
But it's a vague word, George. It's a vague word.
I like to talk about team sport and that individual players can't just do it alone.
No, but I'm saying...
No, I agree that the squad that Man United has, and George named about 5 or 6 or 7 players just now who are world-class players. So capacity, I would say yes, they have the capacity. But on production, they wouldn't be.
No,
nobody can argue with that.
Behavior is the effect of getting Ralph Rangnick. If he had Ole over there, we wasn't even talking about capacity.
She's right. She's right. Still with European club football. She's right. The group stage of the Europa League ended a short while ago, and we have. Well, it ended a while ago on SportsMax. Italian side Napoli hosted England's Leicester City. Napoli had to win to advance to the knockout round, while for Leicester, a draw would have been enough.
So it's Leicester City who get the ball rolling. What a thrilling night in store. Tielemans dallying and dithering in possession. Taken on by Petagna. Could it break here for Unas? Big chance, he scored! A goal for Napoli! Let fly with his right foot. Lovely drop of the shoulder from Zielinski. And he's played it through nicely, huge chance. And Elmas puts it in. Oh, there was a big doubt about offside against Petagna. But he unselfishly squared it. Maddison's ball in, and lashed in by Johnny Evans. And Leicester are right back in the game. His second goal of the season. Maddison's ball in. Evans is there again. Dewsbury Hall! Breathtaking strike to draw Leicester City level. Lovely cushioned header from Elmas. Zielinski. Sweeping it out to Malqui. On it goes. Di Lorenzo. Oh, Elmas, huge chance, and a goal for Napoli. They lead 3-2 and drilled it in. Napoli 3, Leicester 2. Back in it goes, but there is the full-time whistle. A huge win for Napoli, which seals second place in Group C at the expense of Leicester City.
Luciano Spalletti's men getting the win there. So Antwerp beat Olympiacos 1-0. Draw between Fenerbahce and Eintracht Frankfurt. Spartak Moscow beat Legia Warsaw 1-0. Rangers and Lyon shared the spoils 1-1. Confirming Napoli beating Leicester. Real Sociedad, they beat PSV 3-0. Sparta Prague 2-0 over Brøndby. And the team from Switzerland, Sturm Graz, they were held to a 1-1 draw by the visitors AS Monaco. Braga and the Cervena Zvezda 1-1. Celtic 3-2 beating Real Betis. Ferencváros, the Hungarian team, 1-0 over Bayer Leverkusen. Rapid Vienna went to Genk and won 1-0. No goals between Lazio and Galatasaray in Italy. Ludogorets 0-0 with Midtjylland. Lokomotiv Moscow beating Marseille. It was Olympic Marseille beating Lokomotiv Moscow 1-0. And the Croatian side, Dinamo Zagreb, going to London and escaping with a 1-0 win over West Ham. So, the Europa League teams who've gone through to the next stage, I can tell you that from the groups, Lyon and Rangers have gone through from Group A, Monaco and Real Sociedad from Group B, Spartak Moscow and Napoli from Group C, from Group D, Eintracht Frankfurt and Olympiacos, from Group E, Galatasaray and Lazio. From Group F, Cervena Zvezda, aka Red Star Belgrade, and Braga. They're the ones who have gone through. From Group G, Bayer Leverkusen and Real Betis. And from Group H, West Ham and Dinamo Zagreb, the two successful teams. Interestingly, we said yesterday, Lance Mariah, that there were 3 teams from the Champions League group stages who had perfect records. Ajax, Bayern Munich and Liverpool. Maximum 18 points. From this Europa League group stage, no team managed to do that. The best record belonged to Olympique Lyon from France. From their 6 games, they won 5 of the 6 games to tally 16 points. And nobody has had more than 12 points to win the group. So the Europa League, the standard and the gap between the teams, not so big. So it was a dog fight. So no team really dominating except Lyon in their group. And they go through as the best team from the preliminary round of the Europa League. Doesn't mean anything because they're going to start from scratch when the draw is made next Monday in Lyon. Back with more on the SMAX Zone. That Champions League draw, Europa League draw, live on your Home of Champions on Monday.